You're crazy with the heat. Credit is no good for an ocean salesman.
Aboard! All aboard!
Why not? What's the matter with credit?
It's old-fashioned. Charlie, you're an anvil salesman. Your firm give credit?
No, sir.
Nor anybody else.
River City next!
Cash for merchandise. Cash for the button hooks.
Cash for the cotton goods. Cash for the hard goods.
Cash for the soft goods. Cash for the fancy goods.
Cash for the nuggets and the pickins and the firkins. Cash for the hogs that cast in the major. Cash for the crackers and the pickles and the fly paper.
Look, what do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? Where do you get it?
What do you talk?
You can talk, you can talk. You can bicker, you can talk. You can bicker, 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 you can talk, you can talk. You can talk, talk, bicker, 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 you can talk all you wanna, but it's different than it was.
No, it ain't, but you gotta know the territory.
What a multi for miniature people wanna go, wanna get up and go. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 22, 23 miles in the county seat.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Who's gonna pitch in at the little bitty 254 kind of store anymore? What do you talk? What do you talk?
None of Model T at all. Take a gander at the store, at the modern day store, at the present day store, at the present day modern departmentalized grocery store.
What do you talk? 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 What do you talk?
You can talk, you can talk. You can bicker, you can talk. You can bicker, 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 you can talk. You can talk. You can talk, bicker, 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 you can talk all you wanna, but it's different than it was.
No, it ain't, but you gotta know the territory.
You need a biscuit made trouble. You need to put a cracker in a package in a package. You need a biscuit in an airtight sanitary package smell. Cracker Barrel, obsolete.
Crack Barrel went out the window with the mail pouch cut plugged on by the stove. Changed the approach of a traveling salesman. He made it pretty hard.
No, it didn't, but you gotta know the territory.
Gone.
Gone with the hogshead cask and demijohn. Gone with the sugar barrel, pickle barrel, milk pan. Gone with the tub and the pail and the tears. Ever meet a fella by the name of Hill?
Hill?
No.
Just a minute.
Never heard of any salesman Hill.
Now he doesn't know the territory.
Does he know the territory?
What's the fella's line?
Never worries about his line.
Never worries about his line.
Or the Cracker Barrel being obsolete, or you need a biscuit in an airtight, sanitary package of the Model T Ford.
Just a minute.
Never worries about his line.
Never worries about his line.
Or a doggone thing, it's just a bang, big bell ringing, big hole, great grow, neck or nothing, rip roaring every time the bull's eye salesman. That's Professor Howard Hill.
Tell us, what's his line? What's his line?
He's a fake, and he doesn't know the territory.
Look, what do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? He's a music man.
He's a what?
He's a music man, and he sells clarinets to the kids in the drum with the big trombones and the rat-a-tat drums with the big brass bass. With the piccolo uniforms too, with the big red stripe running.
Well, I don't know much about bands, but I do know you can't make a living selling big trombones. No, sir. Mandolin picks, perhaps, and here there are Jews harp.
No, the fellow sells bands, boys' bands. I don't know how he does it, but he lives like a king, and he dallies and he gathers and he plucks and he shines. And when the man dances, certainly, boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When the man dances, certainly, boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But he doesn't know the territory.
River City, regardless of the state that you are, River City, the population 2,200 and some, these cigarettes are illegal in this state, born!
If you're all through, I'll tell you about Professor Harold Hill.
You really know Harold Hill?
Never saw him in my life, but I know this much. He's given every single one of us a black eye. And once he is rode into city limits, the next salesman to come in gets automatically tarred, feathered, and rolled out of city limits. You think that's funny? Wait till it happens to you. Your hair's never gonna grow back.
Goodness.
But why should he get rode out of town on a rail?
Because in order to sell instruction books and uniforms and instruments, he has to guarantee to teach those kids to play
Well,
and form them kinds into a boys band together.
What's so wrong about that?
What's so wrong about that? He doesn't know one note from another. That's what's wrong with that. He can't tell a pipe organ from a bass drum. And when I catch him, That swindling two-bit thimb ringer, osculating him so loud.
You're mad, Charlie. You should like to be there when you catch up to that fella.
It won't be on this trip, not in Iowa. Even the great Professor Harold Hill wouldn't try to tilt these country bumpkins out here.
Board!
Gentlemen, you intrigue me. I think I'll give Iowa a try.
Sir, I don't believe I caught your name.
Oh, I don't believe I dropped it.
There's an Iowa kind of sense of patrol attitude has never been without that we recall. We could be cold as a falling thermometer in the center. If you ask about the weather in July, we're so fine for stuff and we could stand touching noses for a weekend and back. Never see eye to eye. But what the heck? You're welcome. You bring yourself, you really ought to give Iowa, Des Moines, Davenport, Marshalltown, Mississippi, ought to give Iowa a
Shit.
Wait a second. Oh my goodness, Gregory!
Marcellus!
You old son of a gun. What in a... But Greg.
Professor Hill's the name. Harold Hill.
But Greg, what are you doing here? Why'd you tell me you was coming?
Well, I didn't know I was coming myself. Besides, how could I have known you'd end up in a little tank town like this? You were pretty basic when you were in business with me.
Too many close shaves the way you work. Besides, I got myself a nice, comfortable girl. Ethel Toffemeyer, boss's niece.
Gone legitimate, huh? I knew you'd come to no good.
So, what's the new pitch? You're not back in band business. I thought you were in steam automobiles.
I was.
So what happened?
Someone actually invented one.
No.
Now give me the lowdown here, Mars.
We'll never get anywhere in band business with these stubborn ones, Greg. Besides, we got a stuck-up music teacher who will expose you before you get your grips unpacked.
Male or female?
The music teacher? She's a librarian. Female.
Perfect! That's what I wanted to hear. If she passes by, point her out to me.
I will. So, how are you going to start the new pitch?
Oh, same old way. Keep that music teacher off balance, and my next step will be to get your town out of this serious trouble it's in.
But River City isn't in any trouble.
Then I'll have to create some. I have to create a desperate need for a boys band. You remember? Now what's new around here? What can I use?
Nothing. Oh, except the billiard part just opened a new pool table.
You never heard the pool table here before?
Nope, only billiards.
That'll do. See you later, Mars, and don't forget, do not forget the music teacher.
Music teacher.
Music teacher. Oh. Ah, you're Mr. Dunlop? Yes. Either you're closing your eyes to a situation you do not wish to acknowledge, or you're not aware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friend. Right here, say trouble. Right here in River City. Why, sure, I'm a billiard player, certainly mighty proud. Say, I'm always mighty proud to say, I consider the hours I spend with the cue in my hand are golden. And because with a horse sense and a cool head and a keen eye, did you ever take and try and give an ironclad leave to yourself from a three-rate billiard shot? But just as I say, it takes judgments, brains, and maturity to score on a bulk line game. I say, any boop can take and shove a ball in their pocket. And I call that slump the first big step in the road to the depths of degradation. First is medicinal wine from a teaspoon, then beer from a bottle. And the next thing you know, your son is playing for money in a pitch back suit. I'm listening to some beat out down just hear him tell about horse race gambling. Know some horse I'm trying to race, no, but a race with a sit down ride on a horse. And I see some stock jockey boy sitting on down punch, making blood boil, well I should say. Now friends, let me tell you what I mean. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets in the table. Pockets that mark the difference between a drum and a bump with a capital P, and that rhymes with a P, and that stands for poop. And all week long your River City youth will be fitting away. I say your young men will be fitting away in the noontime, supper time, chore time too. Get the ball in the pocket. Never mind getting that last pool at the screen door price and a beefsteak pounded. Never mind popping in the world till your parents are caught with a sister and up to the Saturday night, and that's trouble. Yes, you got lots and lots of trouble. I'm thinking with the kids in the knickerbocker shirt till picking the pool hole, went up to school, you got trouble, folks, right here in the city. Trouble with a capital T, and that rhymes with a P, and that stands for P. Now I know all you folks are the right kind of parents. I'm gonna be perfectly frank. Would you like to know what kind of conversation goes on when you're loafing around that home? When you're trying out people, trying out cubebs, trying out tailor-made like cigarette fiends. I'm bragging all about how they're gonna cover up a telltale breath with sunset. One fine night, they'll leave, heading for the dance of the army, liberty and scarlet. Right, that shameless music and drug your son and the order with the arms of the jungle, animal instinct, mass hysteria. Friends, the idle brains, the devil's playground, trouble! Right here in the city, trouble with a capital T, and that rhymes with a P, and that stands for who? We surely got trouble, right here in the city. Gotta figure out the way to keep the young ones moral after school. Mothers of River City, heed that warning before it's too late. Watch for the telltale signs of corruption. The moment your son leaves the house, does he rebuckle his knickerbockers below the knee? Is there a nicotine stain on his index finger? A dime note hidden in the corn crib? Is he starting to memorize jokes out of Captain Billy's whiz bang? Are certain words beginning to creep into his conversation? Words like swell and so's your old man? Well, if so, my friends, I'm all but certain, my friends, you got trouble right here in the city. Trouble with a capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. We surely got trouble right here in the city. Remember the main Plymouth Rock and the Golden Rule. Oh, yeah, we got trouble. We're in terrible, terrible trouble. That game with the 15 numbered balls, the devil's too. Yes, we got trouble, trouble, trouble. Gonna run with me. Let's start the Did you drop your...
No.
Did I meet you in...
No.
I will only be in town a short while.
Good.
Yes, Mama. Keep on, Amaryllis. I'll be there in a minute. Hello, Mama. Fine, dear. Now, your exercises.
Yes, Mom.
I don't remember the library being open last 4th of July.
It was, Mama, all evening. Mama, a stranger with a suitcase was following me around all over town today.
Oh, who?
I don't know, I never saw him before.
Did he say anything?
He tried.
Did you say anything?
Of course not, Mama. Keep on, Amaryllis. Don't dawdle, dear. Do, la, re, ti, mi, a little slower, and please keep those fingers curved as nice and high as you possibly can. Don't get faster, dear.
If you don't mind me saying so, it wouldn't have hurt you to find out what the gentleman wanted.
Oh, I know what the gentleman wanted.
What, dear?
You'll find that in Balzac.
Excuse me for a living, but I've never read it.
Neither has anyone else in this town.
There you go again with that same old comment about the low mentality of River City people and taking it all too much to heart.
Now, Mama, as long as the Madison Public Library was entrusted to me with the purpose of improving River City's cultural level, I can't on my concern that the ladies of River City keep ignoring all my counsel and advice.
But darling, when a woman's got a husband and you've got none, why should she take advice from you? Even if you can quote Balzac and Shakespeare and all them other highfalutin Greeks.
Now, Mama, if you don't mind my saying so, you have a bad habit of changing every subject.
I haven't changed the subject, I was talking about the stranger.
What stranger?
With the suitcase who may be your very last chance.
Now, Mama, do you really think I'd allow a common mashing out? Really, Mama, I have my standards where men are concerned, and I have no intention.
I know all about your standards, and if you don't mind me saying so, there's not a man alive who could hope to measure up to your blend of Paul Bunyan, St. Pat, Noah Webster. You concocted for yourself out your Irish imagination, your Irish stubbornness, and your library full of books.
Now, if that isn't the best I've ever heard.
Thank you. Can I have a drink, please?
May I have a?
May I have a drink, please?
You may.
Winthrop, it's after dark. Is that a way to come to the house?
Hello.
That won't do it all. Have a kiss from my boy. And that woman over there is your sister, young man.
Hello, Winthrop. I'm having a party on Saturday. I would really love it if you'd come. I would especially like it if you'd come. Winthrop?
Winthrop, where's your manners? Amaryllis has asked you to her party. Are you going or aren't you? No. No what?
No, thank you.
You know the little girl's name?
He won't say Amaryllis because of the S at the end. Because of his lisp. He's ashamed.
We know all about his lisp, Amaryllis. Well, Winthrop?
I bet he won't say it.
No, thank you, Amaryllis.
Amaryllis? Amaryllis? He's crying. Why does he get so mad at people just because he lisps?
It's not just because he lisps, it's just part of it.
What's the other part?
Never mind that, dear. It's just we all have to be a little patient.
I'm patient, even though he never says goodnight to me, but I do him every night on the evening star. You have to do it the very second you see it too, or it doesn't count.
Good night, my Winthrop. Good night. Sleep tight.
Oh, there, darling. There's so much time. If not Winthrop, I'm sure there'll be someone else.
No, never. I'll end up an old maid like you. I am so sorry, Miss Marian. Can I play my crosshand piece now?
May I play my...
May I play my crosshand piece?
You may.
See? Without a sweetheart, you have no one to say goodnight to on the evening star.
I know, darling. But for the time being, just say goodnight, my someone. You can put in the right someone when they come along.
All right, it's better than nothing.
Yes, it is. Now you can play your crosshand piece.
Now I may play my crosshand piece.
Good night, my someone. Good night, my love. Sleep tight, my someone. Sleep tight, my love. Our star is shining its brightest light. Now good night, my love. Now good night. Sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be. Sweet dreams to carry you safe to me. I wish they may, and I wish they might. Now good night, my someone, good night. True love can be whispered from heart to heart. When lovers are parted, they say. But I must depend on a wish and a star, as
I'm sure we're all grateful to my wife, Yuli Makiknishin, for leading the singing, and to J.C. Squires for his fine stereo slides, and to Ethel Tuffermeyer, our fine piano. As mayor of River City, I welcome you River citizens to the 4th of July exercises set up for the indoors here in Madison Gymnasium. Account the weather. Fourscore. The members of the school board will now present a patriotic tableau. No? Oh, members of the school board will not present a patriotic tableau. Some disagreement about costumes, I suppose. Instead, the Watanya girls of the local wigwam of Hiawatha will present a spectacle in which my wife, Yulili Makiknishin, will take a leading part.
Watanye! 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 Mud, stop. I will now count to 20 in the Indian tongue. Een, teen, t'other, featherfit. Oh, I'm shot, George. Who shot me?
Yes, it was Tommy Gillis. Tommy Gillis. I wouldn't leave if I knew.
No thanks to certain young ruffian who is a disgrace to our city. 7. The Payne's fireworks spectacle, last days of Pompa, will take place, provided the rain stops by 9:30. It'll be out in Madison Picnic Park, in the farm meadow, across the creek from the pest house.
How can it be raining? Didn't the Gazette predict fair?
She'll think you would.
The Gazette is accurate most of the time, and you know it, JC.
You won't last very long in the banking business being accurate most of the time.
No, you will. That's how it works.
Order here.
That's exactly how it
Order.
works.
Order!
Number 8's late again tonight.
I'll make her early.
She's late, all right?
No, wait, what's wrong with your watch? It's right on time.
Stop bickering in public!
On time. All in the world that I said was...
Never mind. 4.
We heard there's a blue table in town.
Wait a minute.
It's in the blue table, isn't it?
Will you allow me to get on with the exercises?
Let's protect our children.
Yeah!
Resisting corruption.
Yeah!
Friends, may I have your attention, please? Please, please. I want all your attention. Attention, please. I can deal with this trouble, friends, with a wave of my hand, this very hand. You deserve me if you. I'm Professor Harold Hill, and I'm here to organize the River City Boys by. Oh, think, my friends, how could any blue table hope to compete with the gong trombone? Ra-da, ra-da-da, ra-ra-ra. Remember, my friends, what a handful of trumpeters did to the fabled walls of Jericho. Or billiard-parlored walls come tumbling down. Yeah, time who do it, my friends. Oh, yes, I'm in the boys' band. See him? I said, River City gotta have a boys' band, and I mean she needs today. Well, Professor Harold Hill's on hand. River City gotta have a boys' band. And it's true, the Lord made little green apples, and that band's gonna be in uniform. Johnny, Willie, Teddy, Fred. And you hear the glitter of crashing cymbals, and the thunder of rolling drums, and the shimmer of trumpets. Tantara! And you feel something akin to the electric through I once enjoyed. When Guillaume, Liberati, Pat Cook, the great creator, W.C. Handy, and John Philip Sousa all came to town on that very same historic day. 76 strong bones left the big parade. The 110 cornets close at hand. They're followed by rows and rows of fine and virtuosos and dreams of every famous band. 76 strong bones of the big sun. The 110 cornets right at hand. with his big fat say 50 mounted cannon in a battery, thundering, thundering louder than before.
Hey!
Clarinets of every size and trumpeters would improvise full up higher than the school.
This calls for emergency action. This man is a spellbinder. I haven't seen people get this excited since the day Frank got and strangled Louis stay on the mat for 3.5 hours straight without moving a muscle. Never mind. I want this man's credentials.
Hey!
Grab that hoodlum. He almost blew up Mrs. Shin.
Thank you, Professor. Have to make an example of him. Ringleader, you know. What he does, the gang does.
Jeepers, let me go. You wild kid, yeah? He's father one of them day laborers south of town. You wild kid, yeah? Tagging down Main Street after my oldest girl last Sunday.
How was it attacking?
Don't you contradict me.
Who's just walking together, jeepers?
You watch your phraseology. I know what you's doing. My little Gracie Senior. Now you stay away from my oldest girl, or you see till who laid the rails. Hill, I'll talk to you about this band thing Monday morning. 10 o'clock sharp. Man, I want this man's credentials.
Constable, I'll be responsible for the boy.
You don't know this kid. He's tough, and he's got his gang waiting outside.
Oh, I'll be careful. Tommy, I'd like to talk to you about the band.
Oh, gee, Professor. That's for the little kids.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about playing in the band. You're mechanically minded, aren't you? Ever do anything with perpetual motion?
Nearly had it a couple times.
You did? You're my guy. You do realize nobody has ever invented the music holder for the marching piccolo player? Nobody sang the music.
Jeepers, wonder where I could get some wire from.
Look in your cellar.
Yes,
That's where people keep wire. Oh, Tommy?
Yes, sir?
Constable, let me show you how to break up a gang. Oh, young lady, oh, miss, what's your name?
Zanita, I didn't have any idea it was beckoning to me. Ye gods!
Do you know Tommy Dilges?
Well,
Tommy, this is Anita. Lovely lady, yeah? Escort the young lady home.
Only accepting I'm not heading home. I have to go to the librarian. Ye gods!
Wait a minute. Then escort the young lady home by way of the library, by way of the candy kitchen.
Yes, sir. Do I have to?
You have to.
Oh, I
Yeah, you have to.
Ye gods!
Professor, you sure are a bright young fellow. You did make a few mistakes, though.
Oh,
First, the mayor happens to own the billiard parlor and that new pool table.
oh. What was my other mistake?
That girl you just set off with, Tommy, that's Zanita. She's the mayor's oldest girl.
Professor Hill, we'd like to see your credentials. We're the school board.
Academic papers.
Nothing of the kind.
We need letters and papers.
Make it put up a bone.
What am I hearing? Say.
Are those the papers?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
All
I
right.
don't sing.
Talk then.
Ice cream.
Talk slow. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. Shh. Down here.
Ice cream.
See? Singing is only sustained talking. Now you.
Ice cream.
Now you.
Ice cream.
Ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream.
Wow. Ladies, from now on, you'll never see one of those gentlemen without the other three.
Oh, but Professor, you're wrong. Those men have hated each other for over 15 years.
Where is the good in goodbye? In goodbye. Your apprehensions confuse me, dear. Puzzle and mystify, tell me what can be fair in farewell, dear. Aren't we sincerely in love?
I don't suppose you live alone or anything.
No,
I've got some wonderful caramels over the hotel if you'd like.
Mr. Hill.
Professor Hill.
Professor of what? At what college they give for annoying women on the street like a Saturday night rowdy at a public dance hall?
Oh, I wouldn't know about that. I'm a conservatory man myself. Gary, Indiana, gold medal class of '05.
Even should that happen to be true? Does that give you the right to follow me around wherever I go? And another thing, Mr. Hill, I'm not as easily mesmerized and hoodwinked as some of the people in this town. And I think it's only fair for me to warn you that I have a shelf full of reference books that may give me some interesting information about you.
Oh, hi, Mr. Sand. Don't call me Greg.
How'd you make out with the music teacher?
Scrumptious! Ate that out of my hand the minute I tipped my hat.
She did? Boy, did you kind of swag tonight. For a minute, even I thought you knew something about leading a band. Just the way you used to imitate that band fellow guy back in Joplin.
Yeah, oh, kid stuff. I'm in rare form these days, son. Just you keep your eyes on me for the next 4 weeks.
4 weeks? It used to take only 10 days for the instruments to arrive.
It still does, but it takes 4 weeks for the uniforms.
Oh no, Greg, you haven't added uniforms.
Uniforms and instruction books.
Instruction books. You can't pass yourself off as a music professor. I mean, for any 4 weeks.
Mars.
But you don't know one note from another.
Mars. I have a revolutionary new method called the Think System, where you don't bother with notes.
But in 4 weeks, people want to hear the music. You have to lead a band.
Oh, but when the uniforms arrive, they forget everything else. At least long enough for me to collect and leave. Oh, this is a refined operation, son. And I've got the time right down to the last river big man's hand on the last train out of town. And now, Mr. Washburn, if you'll excuse me.
Gonna line yourself a little coolin', huh?
Well...
Hey, I could fix you up with Ethel's sister. Lovely girl. Teaches a Sunday school.
No. Wide-eyed, eager, wholesome, innocent Sunday school teacher for me. No, that kind of girl spins webs, no spider. She's a girl who trades on all that purity. Millie wants to trade my independence for her security.
Excuse
me. The only affirmative she will file refers to marching down the aisle. No golden, glorious, gleaming, pristine goddess. No, sir. Oh, no, Diana, do I play fun? I can tell you that right now. I snarl, I hiss. How can ignorance be compared to bliss? I spark, I fizz for the lady who knows what time it is. I cheer and rave for the virtue I'm too late to say. The sad but wiser girl for me. For me. Sad but wiser girl for me. No pride that blushing bliss this baby doll baby. No, sir, that kind of child ties nuts. No sailor ever knew. I prefer to take a chance on a more adult romance. No, the young miss who keeps resisting all the time she keeps insisting. No wide-eyed, wholesome, innocent female. No, sir, why she's a fisherman, I'm the fish. You see, flop! I flinch, I sigh when the lass with a delicate air goes by. I smile and grin when the girl with a touch of sin walks in. I hope and pray for the girl to just one more ray. That's sad but wiser girl's the girl for me. The sadder but wiser girl for me.
Simply a gog.
On the cavee. I'm so excited about the band.
I'm Ethel Toffenmeyer, the pianola girl. And this is Miss Squires and Miss Hicks. And of course you've met Eulalie Recognition, our mayor's wife. Isn't this exciting, Eulalie?
Oh, I couldn't say. I could not say at this time. My husband will wish to investigate, I'm sure. And naturally, I'm reticent. Oh, yes, I'm reticent.
Of course, Mr. Shin, I understand. But you see, part of my music plans includes a committee on the dance and... No, wait. Do that again, Mr. Shin. Your foot, the way you raised it just now.
Oh, well, I have a bunion there that bothers.
Oh, what grace. What natural flow of rhythm. What expression of line and movement.
Mr. Hill.
You must accept the chairmanship of the ladies of Zurich for the classic dance, must you see, ladies?
Oh, yes, you must, you lady.
Every move you make, Mrs. Shin, bespeaks Del Sarte. Will you say yes, Mrs. Shin?
Eulalie McKechnie Shin. Oh, well, that's dancing.
Then you accept?
Yes, indeed, and I'd like
Thank
to
you.
say...
Now, about the young lady who plays the piano, Marian Peru, I believe. After all, she is a librarian.
Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 cheep.
But Mr. Her kind of woman does not belong in any committee. I look his eyes and tell you this, but she advocates for dirty books.
Saucer!
Reveille's. Balzac.
And the worst thing, of course, I shouldn't tell you this, but
I'll tell.
tell them I lived on my street.
Stop! I'll tell. She made brazen overtures to a man who never had a friend in this town till she came here. Old Miser Madison.
Miser Madison? Madison Gymnasium? Madison Picnic Park? No. Madison Hospital? That Miser Madison?
Exactly who did he think it was anyway?
Well, I should say, show off. Gave the town the library too, didn't he?
That's just it. When he died, he left the library building to the city.
But he left all the books to her.
She was seen coming and going from his place.
Oh, yes. That woman made brazen overtures with a gilt-age guarantee. She had a golden glint in her eye and a silver voice with a counterfeit ring. Just melt her down and you'll reveal a lump of lead as cold as steel. Here, where a woman's heart should be. He left the city, the library building, but he left all the books to her. Chaucer!
Reveille's. Balzac.
Yes, of course. That's what you want. Over the hotel. Come with me. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. Good night,
Hi, how are you? This one's my favorite. You're welcome. Oh, hi, how are you? Fantasy? Sure. Here you go.
It's all right. I know everything and it doesn't make any difference.
What are you talking about?
You were probably very young. Anyone can make a mistake.
What?
No apologies, no explanations, please. I will only be in town a short while and the sadder but wiser go for me.
Will you please make your selection and leave?
I have.
Well, what is it you'd like to take out?
The librarians!
Quiet. Please.
Marian, you're not listening. Look. Marian. Marbles. 6 steelies, 8 aggies, a dozen pewees, and 1 big glass with an American strap in the middle. I think I'll drop them.
Don't!
Madam Librarian. Marian. What can I do, my dear, to catch your ear? I love you, mighty, Madam Librarian. Marian, heaven help us if the library caught on fire and the volunteer hosts began had to whisper the news to Marian. Madam Librarian, what can I say, my dear, to make it clear? I need you badly, Madam Librarian. Marian, heaven help us if I busted my whatchamacallit and I've learned your floor unnoticed and my body had turned into carrion. Madam Librarian. Now in the moonlight, a man could sing it. In the moonlight, the fellow would know that his darling had heard every word of his song. In the moonlight, helping along. But when I try in here to tell you, dear, I love you, mighty, Madam Librarian. Marian, it's a long lost cause I can never win. For the simple that world accepts its unforgivable sin, and he talking aloud with any librarian, such as Marian. Madam Librarian. I try in here to tell you, dear, I love you, mighty, Madam Librarian. Marian is a long lost cause I can never win. For the simple that world accepts his unforgivable sin, and he's talking aloud with any librarian, such as Marian. Madam Librarian. with his dance committee, meets Tuesday nights at the high school. Yeah, Marian. Well, Tommy, it's been a good day. Good day. We've had a pretty good morning. Let's see. We tried 12 times, yeah? 11 cells, another 12 tries. Tell you what, it's almost noon. You better go home and get some dinner. I'll try a couple by myself.
Goodbye, Professor. And Mr. Hill, you never cease to amaze me.
Thanks, Tommy.
Just a minute here. Are you soliciting? You haven't got a license.
Why no, Marian, I collect doorbells. This particular specimen has an unusual tone quality that's...
Flattery will not avail you. Soliciting is statutory in this county. Malfeasance without a permit. Why haven't you been down City Hall with your references?
Just Mr. Marian. Mr. Marian, your hand.
What?
Oh, no.
What?
The spread of this little finger, it's hereditary.
Oh, it is. What does that mean?
It means that your son's little finger is perfectly situated to operate the spit valve on the B-flat flugelhorn.
Is that good?
Good? It means that America has at last produced an artist who can flugel the mini waltz in 50 seconds.
Where can I get one of these
Oh, I have just the thing for you, Mr. Mayor. Sign here. Oh, just the thing for you.
Yes. Just think I could have missed.
That'll be $17 in profit.
Wait a second. I haven't got any sun. You want flightless, flew by night. You want Skypeless. You'll be down to the hole with your references. 3 o'clock.
You mean tomorrow afternoon or this afternoon? Or maybe next week afternoon?
This one. I couldn't make myself any clearer if I was a Quaker on his day off.
I think that's the Peru. Peru. Is that Irish? I think it's Irish. It has to be Irish. Peru, Irish, Ireland, Irish. I have to say Mrs. Peru, right? Do you realize that you have the facial characteristics of a cornet virtuoso?
I don't know if I understand you entirely, Professor.
If your boy has the same from Tina, those splendid cheek muscles, by George! Not that he could ever be really great, you understand, but...
Oh, is that so? Well, then the name is St. Bridget, why not?
Well, you see all the really great cornet players? We're Irish. Old Clark, old Mendez, old Klein.
But Professor, we are Irish.
No, really? That clinches it. Sign here, Mrs. Peru. Your boy was born to play the cornets. Fine. That'll be $7 import fee. Nothing more to you until the first employment paper at the opening of band practice. And of course, I need the boy's measurements for his band uniform.
His uniform?
Why, certainly, his uniform. And there won't be a penny due till delivery, which gives him 4 weeks to enjoy. 4 weeks to anticipate. 4 weeks to imagine at no cost whatsoever. Never allow the demands of tomorrow to interfere with the pleasures and the excitement of today.
Would it have
A stripe? Certainly, my boy. A white stripe on each side. What do you think of that?
You'll have to excuse Winthrop, Professor. We can't get him to say 3 words even to us. And if you can get him to play in a band, you'll have St. Michael's way with you. But if anyone can do it, it'll be you, Can. Out of a crowd, I'd pick you for a harp playing, maneuver, minstrel, singing Irishman. Where are you from, my boy?
Gary, Indiana.
I knew it. Where did you say again?
Gary, Indiana. In fact, Gary Conservatory was my alma mater.
Oh, was she now?
Why, yes. Gold medal class of 05. Hold it on, Miss Peru.
Ho-da-do, Mr. Hill.
Of course, Peru. I thought the name sounded familiar. I've tried to see you since the other
He
night.
wants to put Winthrop in the band.
We're not interested, Mama.
But Marian, he could have his father's musical gift. He does have my joy, you know.
Oh, your husband musical? Well, I'd like to have a talk with him. I'm sure that we could work something out.
Do you pry into everybody's personal affairs like this? Barging into everybody's houses? The boy's father is dead. Anything else?
Oh, I'm sorry. But isn't that all the more reason why your brother should have something like this?
My brother is a 10-year-old problem child that can't figure out why his dad was taken away. He's been brooding about it for 2 years. Would you care to explain it to him? As to your musical tricks, why don't you go into business with a nice carnival man that sells gold-painted watches and glass diamond rings?
Musical tricks from Miss Peru? I get the feeling she likes the idea. Oh, a little cautious perhaps, but I admire the new woman. Just keep me around and I'll be back later in the week.
Wait, Professor, about the boy's measurements. I make all of his clothes. Sleeve 21, waist 18.
Of
crotch
course,
14.
that's fine. That's all I need. Now,
Professor, I hope you'll excuse Marian.
please don't worry about a thing. I'm sure that at heart, she's as lovely as yourself. Good day to you, Widow Peru.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Marian. Child, do you ever think about your future? Gary, Indiana, gold class of 05. Now, darling.
Now, Mama, surely a girl's future doesn't depend on encouraging every fast-talking, woman-chasing, self-centered traveling salesman that walks into town. And the fact that his commodity is music doesn't in any way impress me.
All right, darling, all right. Only it's a well-known principle that if you keep the steel in one door and the flint in another, you'll never strike much of a fire.
Mama. Winthrop, I know you're there. Winthrop, come here. Please go to the library and ask Miss Scrub to give you a book I set aside for you.
Do I have to?
Yes. Don't worry, you won't have to talk to anyone. I've written it all down. Thank you.
What are you up to now? Why do you need books at this hour of night?
I have a feeling that the Indiana State Journal might help me poke some large holes in the professor's claims.
Well, I give up on you. At your age, if you don't mind me asking, what kind of white knight do you expect to come riding along?
Of course, it has to be one that comes into the ancient history section of the library and backs me into the corner.
He does?
Yes, he does. My white knight, not a Lancelot, nor an angel with wings, just someone to love me, who is not ashamed of a few nice things. My white knight, what my heart would say, if it only knew how pleased dear Venus. Show me now. All I want is a plain man. All I want is a modest man, a quiet man, a gentleman, a straightforward and an honest man to sit with me in a cottage somewhere in the state of Iowa, and I would like it to be more interested in me than he is in himself, and more interested in us than in me. And if occasionally he'd ponder what makes Shakespeare and Beethoven great, him I could love till I die. Him I could love till I die. My white knight, not
to supper.
I can't. It's Epworth League night. Meet you where?
The footbridge.
You see, isn't that just what I said? First the lumberyard and now the footbridge. And where will you meet me after that? In the Placola Kakuta, ye gods!
I only want to share my invention.
What invention?
It's my music holder for marching piccolo player. See how there's a couple minor flaws. When you keep it tight enough to hold the music steady, you cut off the circulation. Meanwhile, you could go blind.
Tommy, it's Papa!
Yes, George.
Yes, the first thing I said, or I'll eat hay with a horse. Get that man's credentials. I said, morning of July 4th, 19th, and 12th. And now look, my wife is out at all hours of the day instead of in the home.
But George.
The school board is up street and down alley singing instead of tending to city matters. My oldest girl, God bless her soul, is boodling around with some wild kid. And my business has fallen off so far I can't find the balance sheet.
All will be well.
Shin, I've been meaning to talk to you about the professor's conservatory.
His conservatory?
His university.
Oh, I know all about that. In fact, it's the only thing I can ever get out of him. Gary Conservatory, class of 05.
Yeah, but I found this book that'll tell you everything you need to know. It's on page...
The Wells Fargo wagon is just coming up from the depot.
The Wells Fargo wagon, at this time of the year.
It could be the band instruments.
The band instruments.
The Wells Fargo wagon! The Wells Fargo
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. Please let it be for me. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. I wish I knew what it could be. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. A prepaid surprise or COD.
It could be current or Dishudora, the boiler, or it could be.
Yes, it could be. Yes, you're right. It surely could be.
Something special.
Something very, very special now.
Just for me.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming now. How I could ever wait to see. It could be something for someone who is so elusive, but it could be something special just for me. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon keep a coming. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon keep a coming. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon, don't you dare to make a stop until you stop for me. It's okay. I can fix that.
Here you are, Winthrop.
My cornet! Gee, thanks, Professor.
Man, you will each receive individual instruction in due course. But in the meantime, stay off the streets, get acquainted with your musical instruments, and think about the Minwich in D. La da di da di da da da.
Da da di da da da. La da di da di da da da. La da di da di da da da. Da da.
Round one to you, Mr. Hill. But I better hear some God tuning out of them horns, or else I will see you in court. Now I gotta get something from the librarian.
Come, George, tempest hugits.
You watch your phraseology, woman. Get along, but I have to get something from the librarian. Yes, Miss Marian.
You'll find everything you need on this page.
Thank you. Let us go.
Victor, Isn't this the most scrumptious gold thing you ever saw? I never thought I'd see anything so scrumptious. This is scrumptious gold thing. Oh, sister! Oh, my throat.
The ladies' dance committee is Tuesday nights at the high school.
Music is a little exhausting. Time for our intermission. We'll see you back here in Act 2 in 20 minutes. Thank you.
Take your bodies with you. Lovely. Now let's have a go at our Grecian urns. One Grecian urn. Two Grecian urns. Here we go. And a fountain. Trickle, 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 trickle. Trickle, 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 trickle.
At my head.
Mr. Washburn, we were entitled to 5 more minutes.
If you think you can hold these kids back, go ahead.
Will you stutter, Mr. Washburn? Just wait till you see the new sets Professor taught us.
All right, what will it be?
The ship poopy.
Come on, Professor! Show us the new stats!
Why you?
We'd rather do it in front of your back, but
Do what? Never mind.
the need is scared here, but I'm not. I should think you'd hate to have your daughter scared here.
If I ever see you touching my daughter again, I'll by God hold you simple to hell will have it again.
Now, George.
Not one poop out of you, madame.
What seems to be the matter here? Professor, I want you to know that I am vouching from Tommy Dodges. That boy's got the confidence of every kid in town. You'll be waiting in line to shake his hand by the time our band plays its first concert.
By the time your band plays its first concert, the individual members will have to foregather in wheelchairs on the count of broken legs they'll get from tripping over their beards. Let me tell you something, my young feathered, never mind. Oliver, JC, Hewitt, all in. I want this man's credentials and I want them tonight. Don't let him out of your sight. He's slipping in a Mississippi sturgeon.
You mean you want us to get his credentials?
Get his papers or get him in jail. I couldn't make myself any clearer if I was a butterhook in the well water.
Professor Hill, I think it was wonderful of you coming to Tommy's defense.
Oh, that was nothing.
Yes, it was.
Oh no, a man can't dodge the issue every time a little personal risk is involved. What does the poet say? The coward dies 1,000 deaths. The brave man, however, only 500. Unfortunately, of course, Sir Mayor was already mad on account of his billiard parlor. Now, I suppose a recommendation from a music authority such as yourself would help, but I couldn't think of asking you to do a thing like that.
Why, Professor?
You would?
I would be glad to if only I was a little more informed. I've been meaning to ask you about Winthrop's cornet.
This cornet? Mother Pearl keys.
Yeah, he never touches it. He says you told him it wasn't necessary. Now, Professor.
The think system, Miss Marian, is a revolutionary method, I admit. So was Galileo's conception of the heavens. Our very own Columbus's conception of the globe. Johannes Bach's conception of the well-tempered clavichord. Now, I cannot discuss these things here in public, but if you'll allow me to call, when may I call?
Anytime this week.
Finally.
We need your credentials.
My credentials? Yes. We've all been deputized. Oh, congratulations! Let's see now. You know, all week I've tried to give you fellows my references and credentials, but every time you seem to get off the subjects just somehow. Now, I have just what you want over in my hotel room. Take me a second.
Whoa, I'm sorry. I'm afraid we'll have to go along with you.
Yes, well, let's see if I have my key.
We ain't got all day.
Did you take my key? It was you. Eh? I know that mustache, it can't be true. It was you.
No.
Was it you? No. Is this my key? Yeah. No.
Where are your papers?
This is not my key. Maybe with this would be my key. Hold on. I think wait, my key. Oh, what's this? A testimonial from Madame Rini, the only female bassoon player to appear in the Red Press circuit. Her stage name, of course. Actually, she was from Moline. Lyda Rose Quackenbush.
Could I see that?
Oh,
for a
you'll
minute?
never forget the name. Lyda Rose. Same as the old song. Oh, Lyda Rose, I'm home again, Rose, to bring the sun back in the sky. Oh, Lyda Rose, I'm home again, Rose, to bring the sun back in the sky. Oh, Lyda Rose, I'm home again, Rose, to bring the sun back in the sky.
Now, Marian, will you ever tell him how you feel? Will you? Won't you? Yes, no, just open your mouth and let it out.
Now, Mama.
Now, nothing. And if he ever comes to call again, you see him alone. And if you haven't got the gumption to tell him how you feel.
Tell him.
There's nothing wrong with a ladylike hint.
Mama.
Winthrop, where have you been?
Fishing.
Fishing. With Harold.
You mean Professor Hill?
Mm-hmm. And look, I still have some worms left.
Did you have a good time?
Scrumptious. He told me all about his hometown, Gary, Indiana, and he said he'd take me there someday. And he taught me a song that hardly has any S's in it. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, let me say it once again. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, that's the town that knew me well. If you'd like to have a logical explanation how I happened on this elegant syncopation, I will say without a moment of hesitation, there is just one place that can light my face. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana, Paris, France, New York, but Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, my own sweet home. If you like to have a logical explanation how I happened on this elegant syncopation, I will say without a moment of hesitation, there is just one place that can light my face. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana, Paris, France, New York, but Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, my own sweet home. I'll be back in a minute. I have to throw Amma Willis my live frogs. La di da di da 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 di da di da da.
Oh, Mama, leave the dishes. I'll do them.
Don't you have to change for the sociable?
There's time later.
The Shin home somewhere here?
The Shin home is on West Elm. This is East Elm.
I'm going back.
Ah, criminy. Say, you're that piano teacher from town. Then you must know all about this fellow Hill forming a band around here.
Yes.
Well, you don't have to worry about that any longer, because I got the deeds on him in spades. Number 8 only makes a 50-minute stop. Wish it was 20. Would like to spend 5 minutes on you, girly girl.
Who are you?
The name's Charlie Cowell, an Anvil salesman. But right now, I'm here to protect the good name of the traveling fraternity from this swindler.
Mr. Cowell, you're making a big mistake.
Big mistake, my old lady's corset cover. That man's been the raspberry seed and my wisdom tooth for just long enough. Say, what kind of piano teacher are you anyway? He's normal professor.
I know all about that. Band leaders are always called professor. It's a harmless deception. He's a fine director, and his scholastic...
Fine director? Have you heard one of notes of music from any band?
No, but...
But nothing, girly girl. They never has been a band, and they never will be a band.
If you'll just listen to me for a minute, then I can make you understand.
I'd like to. I'd like to do more than that if I had the time. I sure got the inclination. But right now, I gotta leave this dynamite with someone on the way to the depot. And I can see that you ain't the one to leave it with. It was nice talking to you, girl. But see you next time, though.
Mr. Cowell, you'll never catch the train at the depot. You'll have to catch it at the crossing.
No, sir, I've got a word in. And I can see that you ain't the one to leave it with.
But Mr. Cowell, you don't know me yet.
Is that an invitation?
No, it's just I don't know you, and...
And now I'd need more time anyways.
And as much as I'd like to...
No trouble there, girly girl.
I I've never met a man that sells anvils before. There's something, well, quite different.
I mean, there are no other anvil salesmen out here. You could say that I'm one of a kind.
Really? One of a kind? I don't know about all that. What I do know about is Harold Hill's abilities and skills as a professor. He's a fine director, as I said before, and he's been working with the kids tirelessly all summer, preparing them.
Why, you double-dealing little? Who do you think you're protecting? That man has a girl in every county in Illinois. That's 102 counties. Not counting the piano teachers like you he cozies up to keep their mouths shut. Neither one of yours heard the last of me, girly girl.
I don't know who that was. I've never
Seemed very angry.
I know.
Why, Professor Hill?
Miss Peru, the top of the evening. Miss Marian.
You and Marian come and sit. I've got some jelly on the stove.
Mama, there's no jelly on the stove.
I'll put some on.
Shall we set, as your mother said?
Well...
You did ask me to call.
Did I? I didn't mean anything.
Now, Miss Marian, I'm not suggesting you're intended inferred anything but academic enlightenment. The think system, I've been by your house to try to explain it to you a time or two this week, but there always seem to be people around, mostly ladies, I thought.
Yes, Mrs. Squires and several of the other ladies.
I'm glad you wouldn't want anybody beating my time. You wouldn't? No, ma'am. Well, it's evidently not a convenient night. See you at the sociable later.
Professor Hill, have you had a dozen? What I'm trying to say is...
Yes?
Is it true that you've really developed a think system?
A what? A think system? Oh, think system, yes! It's really very simple. As simple as whistling. Nobody has to show you how to use your lips in whistling. You simply have to think a tune to have it come out clearly here. Now, try this before you ask any questions.
I'll take your word for it.
Could we sit down?
Are all music teachers as dense as I am?
All music teachers?
I dare say you meet a dozen, even 100.
Well,
Have they all been as fascinated as I am with your think system?
Some more, some less. One young lady had thought of the same system before I got to her town. She showed me a few refinements.
Oh, I see.
Have I said something wrong?
Please don't let me keep you, Mr. Hill. I'm sure you have far more important things to do than explain the think system to me.
I can't think of one.
And I must be very dull company for a man of your experience.
Now say, where do you get an idea like that?
One hears rumors of traveling salesmen.
Now, Miss Marian, you mustn't believe everything you hear. After all, one even hears rumors about librarians.
I suppose you're referring to Uncle Matty.
Uncle Matty?
Mr. Madison, my father's best friend. He left me on a sure job at the library so that Mother and Winthrop and I would have some security. Surely you don't believe
Of course not. That's exactly what I'm saying. But why do you think people start these rumors?
Narrow-mindedness, jealousy. Jealousy mostly, I think.
Exactly. And jealousy mostly starts rumors about traveling salesmen. What have you heard?
Oh, nothing about you personally, just generally.
What have you heard generally?
Just that jealousy and narrow-mindedness can cause, take you, for instance, your attentions to your students and customers and even teachers like me, music teachers, can be misinterpreted. Mightn't they? Now, honestly, mightn't they?
Why?
I don't know, but one traveling salesman who's struggling with jealousy could come up with downright lies, couldn't he?
Who could? What could?
Doesn't matter. What's important is that if you talk things through, then you'll have a better understanding, right?
Miss Marian, I would be delighted to discuss anything in the world with you, but could we do it sitting down? You do sit, your knees bend and all.
We could sit on the porch steps.
We could also sit on a large hollow log over the footbridge.
I've never been to the footbridge with a man before in my life. I couldn't think of it.
Just to talk.
Not today. I have to change for the sociable. Maybe tomorrow.
Then meet me there in 15 minutes.
Professor, not today. Today's not good. Let's do it another time. Maybe tomorrow. Next week.
My dear little librarian, pile up enough tomorrows and you find you've collected nothing but a lot of empty yesterdays. I don't know about you, but I'd like to make today worth remembering.
So would I.
The footbridge, 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Mama!
What is it?
I've just agreed to meet Mr. Hill at the footbridge in 15 minutes.
Oh my goodness, the name of St. Bridget, it works!
Wait, what does?
I've been using the think system on you from the parlor.
Oh, Mama.
The uniforms have arrived. The kids are people are gonna be screaming for the music if those kids show up at the sociable.
Yeah?
Here's most of the dough. I got Tommy to collect it. Trying to hold a practice over at the lumberyard. Trying to keep those kids together, at least.
All right, Mars, get the rig.
I got it.
What time's the fair go?
1940 from the junction.
It's not even 8:30 yet.
Look, you want to turtle water around here and get yourself caught in a bunny trap? You go ahead.
Don't worry, Mars. I'll meet you in there in plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Professor Hill,
Miss Marian, you're late.
if you want to know the truth, I almost took longer.
No, I meant you were about 26 years late. Took you all this time to get to the footbridge of the fella. But what do you mean about almost taking longer?
Halfway here, I almost turned back.
Oh.
And then I remembered everything you've given me. You see, I'm sure I'm not the first person that finds it hard to think under the spell of your salesmanship.
Now, Miss Marian, surely you don't believe I've been selling you anything?
No. In fact, you've given me something.
I don't recall giving.
You have something wonderful, beautiful even. That's why I decided to come. Please don't think I expect too much more. There have been many ports of call, and I'm sure there'll be many more. But it doesn't mean that I shouldn't be grateful for what you have given me. Professor,
There are birds in the sky, but I never saw them ringing. No, I never saw them at all till there was you. There are birds all around, but
There's a lot of things you don't know about me.
Like what?
It's like, where do I even begin? Where do I...
Hey, Greg, can you come over here, please?
Excuse me. I'm expecting a cable from here to Belarus. This could be it.
Oh, okay.
What now? Can't you see me in the middle of something?
Tell me, who's the salesman here? Looks like she's selling and you're buying.
You nuts? I know I was going to be able to leave tonight. I have to keep her off balance, I told you.
Really, she's so far off balance, you can't tell her from a catboat in a hurricane.
Listen, Buster Brown, I've come up through the ranks on this skirmish. I'm not resigning without my commission.
But you're not getting anywhere on the footbridge.
There's a place over the Madison Park, near the sociable. Makes this footbridge look like an old lady's home. Now beat it, go get the rig. Have a peaceful moment in the music business. Now then, where were we?
You were about to tell me what I don't know about you.
Yeah, well, we really don't have to get into that right now, do we?
We don't. Not now, not ever even. Harold, this librarian hasn't felt like doing much research. Not until you came into town.
Oh, about what?
About Professor Harold Hill, Gary Conservation class of 05, gold medal class of 05.
Oh, what about it?
The thing is, Harold, there wasn't any gold conservatory in 05.
Why, there's certainly...
Because the town wasn't even built till 06.
You knew all the time?
From the very moment you came into town, July 7th, I was supposed to have a meeting with the mayor and expose you. But instead, the thing is, Harold, I couldn't do it anymore. I never met with him, I never exposed you, and the reason is because you have my heart, Harold. I'll see you at the sociable.
But if you knew, why didn't you? Why you do? Well, 110 cornets played the air. Then I modestly took my place as the one and only bass and moved up and down the square.
Good night, my someone. Good night, my love.
With 110 cornets right behind.
Sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be.
There were horns of every shape and sweet dreams be yours, dear, dreams there be.
And 110 cornets played the air.
I wish I may and I wish I might. Now good night, my someone. Good night.
This guy's crazy. He's going all over town, burn everything.
I'll say, I'm crazy, missed my train, probably lost my job because of you. And you'd be in the clink right now if it wasn't for that piano teacher. She lily-gags me around so I didn't have the time to reach Shin. Little hungry man, doxy, Fizgig!
Get out of here, I'll kill you, you dirty mouth! Get out of here!
You bully, you big blow-off! I'll send this town to get yours up! And you didn't even know the territory!
Here's your stuff, Greg. The rig's in the alley. Please, hurry.
Two Grecian urns. And a fountain
Trickle, 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 trickle. Trickle, 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 trickle.
Stop! Stop! Listen to this man!
You gullible, green grass goats. While you're all lily-gagging around in the parlor, there's a burglar in the bedroom right now. I'm talking about road agent, highway pickpocket, Professor Harold Hill.
Pickpocket?
Sure thing. He had his hand in your wallet, madame, and in yours, little lady, and in yours, sir. And if you do, and there never has been a band. There never will be a band. Ever. And if you don't hunt this man down like a mad dog, there won't be a Professor Harold Hill either.
Now will you believe me?
Well, what are we waiting for? We want our money back. Money back? I want his high.
After him! And when you find him, bring him to the schoolhouse! After him!
At the last scene, we're gonna still have the last scene. Yeah. No, it was bad.
Marian, I've been looking all over for you. Where have you been?
Harold, it's Winthrop. He's run away. I don't know. Anyway, you need to go. I heard Marian talking about tar and feathers, and you please hurry. You need to go.
I had to see you. I had to.
No, you didn't. You don't owe me anything. Don't you know that? Now, please, go. Get out of here. Go.
Greg, he isn't anywhere. Let me try it down the creek.
Where is he? Winthrop. Oh, my God. Winthrop, where have you been?
Hey, wait a minute here, son.
I'm not your son, leave me go.
Not till I talk to you for a minute.
I won't listen. You wouldn't tell the truth anyway.
I would too.
Would not.
Would too. Tell you anything you want to know.
Can you lead a band?
No.
Are you a big liar?
Yes.
Are you a dirty rotten crook?
Maybe, yes.
Leave me go, you big liar.
Wait, hold on. What's the matter? You wanted the truth, didn't you? Now I'm bigger than you. You're going to stand here and get it all. There's two things you're entitled to know. One, you're a wonderful kid. I thought so from the first. That's why I wanted you in the band, just so you could moping around feeling sorry for yourself.
What band?
There's always a band, kid.
What's the other thing I'm entitled to know?
Well, actually, the other thing isn't any of your business now that I think of it.
I wish you'd never come to River City.
No, you don't, Winthrop. Don't say that.
Sister, you believe him?
I do. I believe everything he's ever said.
But he promised us.
I know what he promised us, and it all came true. The lights, the symbols, the flags, everything.
But where was all that?
In you, Winthrop, and in all the kids walking around here this summer, and the parents. Do you honestly think Mama wished he never came to River City?
Well, you do, don't you?
Of course I don't. Now, Harold, you have to get out of here now.
Go on, Professor. Hurry up.
I can't go, Winthrop.
Why not?
For the first time in my life, I've got my foot caught in the door. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all till there was you.
Oh, Harold.
Greg, please, the men are here. Please hurry, please, that way.
You need to go now. No, please, Constable, wait! Just wait a second, Constable!
which is why I interrupted the program at this point. Rest assured, this snake in our bosom would have been misapprehended by now. Yes, and remember, I did everything in my power to prevent this dire happening from happening. Fourscore.
The professor collected $300 for a uniform just tonight.
We haven't seen any uniforms from you yet.
He's slippery. I told you.
I haven't seen any uniform. Or my boy, ever since last supper. He's a kidnapper. Fine situation here.
Fourscore. Just a minute. Virtue has triumphed.
The sword of retribution has cut down Professor Harold Hill.
And if there are those of you who are melting tar and collecting feathers, I will not say them nay.
Well, I think some of you ought to forget our Iowa stubborn chip on the shoulder arrogance long enough to remember River City before Harold Hill arrived. Well, do you? Do you? If you do, I'm sure some of you ought to be grateful for everything he's brought here. And if you are, you should stand up and admit it.
You're wasting a great deal of time here. If there is a person who doesn't think this man shouldn't be tarred and feathered, let them stand up! You, Lily, sit down. And the rest of you, standing like a corner of Shropshire sheep, sit down. Sit down. Have you forgotten how you bought expensive uniforms? How about the technical instruction books, the high-priced band instruments? Have you forgotten the promise that your children would be taught to play in a band? Where is the band? Where is it? I'm sorry.
Think, man. Think.
Mrs. Peru, that's Winthrop.
What a show. What do you think, guys? Oh, I'm in the spotlight. Nice. So this is how it feels. Okay. First of all, I want to thank you for coming. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. A big hand clap for yourselves. And a very big thank you for our superstars. Can you extend? Can you extend? Maybe we sit down. I think we sit down. This is super exciting. It's very nice. My name is Mr. Polycarp Chagulanyi, and I've been the director for this show. I'm just here to say my thank yous to all the different teams that have done their best to make sure this happens for 2 days. First of all, I want to thank the school administration for allowing us to do this, for giving us the support, the financial support, the space, the time, and all kinds of stuff. Thank you, head of school, board, and everyone. Thank you so much. So my list starts. I want to thank the principals, the middle school's principal, the elementary principal, and the high school's principal. They have been our go-tos. When we need something, we run to them. When we need the students at some particular time, they are there to help us. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Support staff led by Miss Sarah, they've done a good job. They've built this stage, they've cleaned everywhere. They've made sure we have everything we need in terms of props at whatever time we need it. Thank you so much. We want to thank the security team that have done a lot today, yesterday night and tonight, for making sure everything is safe and everyone is safe. Thank you, led by Mr. Jesse. Thank you so much. The lighting team by Mr. Kenneth. Those guys have been upstairs there. Guys, can you come here? Students, Mr. Kenneth, please come this side. Everyone, these are our students. They've done a lot. We have Johnny, we have Eliana and Joha. They have been upstairs on those two lights. Could you please also come this side? Thank you so much. We have Davis, Clark, Samuela, and Samara. Thank you so much. So you can imagine, this thing is not only that the students are learning how to act and do and sing and dance. No, we also have students that are learning to do lights, to do sound and everything. They're all doing a lot of. Thank you so much. The sound team led by Mr. Steven and Mr. Jonathan. So we have Christian has done a lot, and Jonathan. Please come this side. People need to see your faces. Thank you so much. We have the backstage. We have a student here who has been doing this for like 6 years or something. 3 years, but it feels like she has been doing this for so many. Rebecca. She's too good. She can actually do this on a national level. Thank you, Rebecca. And then we have the video streaming people, guys, and photography by NEO Eyes Photography. Thank you, guys. We are going to have this footage on our YouTube channel I think by the end of this week. We shall make sure it's there. We want to thank the art teachers that did this. Mr. Jinson and Mrs. Grace Sanford. Thank you so much. Now, there's another team. We have a lady called Jen Price. Jen Price and the team. Did you see the Wells Fargo wagon? The tuk-tuk, how it's changed They did all that, all the flags, they made this show come to life in terms of visuals and everything that you saw. That was Jean Price and the team and so many other teachers from elementary school. Thank you so much. We have someone special. We have a former student of ours called Meg. She has done a lot. I don't know if she's around. Meg should be somewhere. She did a lot. She helped with designing the hearts and all the jewelry that we had. She has been special to us. She has been coming in here and spending a lot of time doing this. Thank you so much. And now we have the core team, the performance committee, the people that have been sitting day and night and evenings and calling over the weekend, sending emails on Sundays. I don't know. Looks like these guys don't sleep. They're all the time thinking about everything. Can I have Miss Liz Chisaka? I have Mrs. Liz Parker. She has done a lot with terms of food. These guys have been having a lot of food and all that. They've been organizing that. Mrs. Casivanti. Performance committee guys, can you come this side? Thank you guys. We have Miss Juliet. Costumes, she made sure we have all the costumes. Mrs. Kamoga, she has been like the assistant director, and Miss Liz Chisaka, they've been helping a lot with directing. We have Monica Jones. She has done a lot to do with props, all the props that you have seen, and food and all those things. And Mrs. Mpuga, she has also done a lot with teaching and making sure everything is on point. We have Mr. Jonathan, my music colleague, has been on the sound and making sure everything is good. Mr. Jonathan, where are you? Here, come here. Thank you, Mr. Jonathan. In a special way, I want to thank a parent that has made sure all the time we have water, we have sodas. We almost got fed up of having so many drinks during our rehearsals. Mr. Mpambara Melvin, I don't know if he's around. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. I want to thank again my superstars. Thank you so much. You have made me proud. I'm so, so proud of you. But before I go on, I want the dance choreography and dance trainers, Miss Sylvia and Mr. Joshua. In a special way, thank you so much. Where are they? They've made sure these guys can dance very well, and I don't know, where are they? They need to come here. Tell them the boss is calling them. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, back to my superstars. I'm super proud of you. You have made me so proud. You are amazing. You're beautiful. You have put in a lot of hard work. You had so much homework and a lot of work to do, but you gave us your time and your focus. Thank you so much. I'm super, super proud of you. And thank you to the parents again who allowed our students to do this. We know how important the creative arts is. Whenever I get a microphone, I want to preach how important the creative arts are to our students, how they give them confidence, how they teach the both sides of the brain, the left side and the right side, which is very important for everything. Discipline-wise, timekeeping, working together, collaboration, amazing things. So thank you so much, our parents, for allowing our students to do this. So, a big hand clap for the parents. So, in a special way, I want to invite all the 12th graders that have been in this play. The cast people, the lighting, and sound. If you know you're in 12th grade, can you stand up? If you know you're in 12th grade, can you stand up? And can you come in front here? We have something special for you. These guys have so much work. Most of them had their mock exams, but they made sure they have everything and they're doing a lot of things. I think these guys want to say something. They're coming for microphone. What is your trick now?
Mr. Polycarp thanked almost everyone. He thanked, there's not much more you can add. He thanked everyone except himself. Could you please have a round of applause for Mr. Polycarp, please? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. He has been exceptional. He has led us. He has believed in us when we actually didn't believe in ourselves. Like 3 days before, we didn't know this could happen like this. Thank you again, Mr. Polycarp. This has been wonderful. It has been an experience. Thank you.
Yeah, I think Ace has said it all. Mr. Polycarp, you've inspired us even when we didn't believe in ourselves. As Ace has said, you've been here with us for like 3 months. You haven't given up on us even when we were really tired and didn't want to come to rehearsal. You still chased after us and made sure we're here on time and set our lines. Thank you so much. Everyone, another round of applause for Mr. Polycarp. And again, I just want to thank all of you guys for being such an amazing audience. We couldn't do this without you. We appreciate all of you taking time to come here and watch us. Thank you so much.
So I want to invite the head of school and Miss Wendy to, we have something small for our year 12 students. A few medals that when they look at, they will remember. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you for your talents, for lending us your talents, and for being superstars. We are super proud of you. Thank you so much. A big round of applause. Before I give the microphone to the head of school, one small thing. Mr. Melvin did not only give us drinks, he also gave us professional makeup guys for the 2 days. They've been making sure these guys look as fabulous and gorgeous as they are. Thank you so much, Mr. Melvin.
Well, on behalf of the school, I also want to say a huge thank you to the people who've worked so hard to make this event a success. Of course, our wonderful students. The time you have spent practicing and rehearsing is obviously time well spent. Your singing, your dancing, your acting, it was just wonderful. And your performance over the 2 nights has just been excellent. So please, a huge round of applause for our students. I also want to thank some of the staff here who've worked so hard to make this performance a success. Mr. Polycarp has said many thank yous, and I want to echo some of those. First of all, our support and security staff, all the work they've done with preparing the chapel and preparing the grounds. Also to our principals who've worked so hard behind the scenes. And then our 3 art teachers, our art team, Mr. Jinson, Miss Jen Price, and Miss Grace for designing and painting the set. We'll give them a token of our appreciation in the coming days, but please, could you please give them a huge round of applause for them. I also want to thank our backstage lighting and sound teams, those students who worked so hard to make this production such a success. And they were overseen by 3 wonderful members of staff. And I ask them to come forward, please, when they hear their name, to accept a token of our appreciation. That's Mr. Fortunate, Mr. Jonathan, and Mr. Kenneth. Also, our dance choreographers, I think you saw the result of their hard work, Miss Sylvia and Mr. Joshua, if they could come forward, please. Well done. Thank you. Oh. And above all, our performance committee members, huge amount of work and commitment has gone into a production like this. So first of all, Miss Laura Casabante. Miss Liz Kisaka. Miss Juliet Kimbugwe. Miss Monica Johns. Miss Liz Parker. Miss Hannah Kamoga. And of course, the one and only, the outstanding Mr. Polycarp. Well done, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. I also want to thank you, parents and guardians, for the huge amount of time that you've invested in making this performance a success. We really appreciate the way that you support us, and I'm sure you're extremely proud of your children after performances like this. So please, students, please help give a huge round of applause to the parents. Okay, that concludes our productions for this year, but can we please send our cast and crew off with another huge round of applause? Thank you so much.